Hello and welcome to Cardiff Met Sports News. I'm Chris Knight and these are the biggest sports stories from our campus this week. Cardiff Met student and athletics star Jake Smith broke into the record books at the Half Marathon World Championships in Poland last month. Smith's time of 1 hour 31 seconds beat Steve Jones's Welsh record and set a new British under-23 record in the process. His time also places him third on the all-time British list for that distance. His coach, James Thie, Director of Athletics here at Cardiff Met, said Jake is the ultimate competitor.
If you look at him, you wouldn't look at him and say you're a world-class athlete unless you saw him run. And when he runs, he's fearless and looks phenomenal. So I think to have a current student that's come through and again, just being such a pleasure to look after, I think anyone that's met him would just wish him all the best. But yeah, you certainly wouldn't want to be on a start line with him because, he's ferocious when he's on that start line.
Moving on to football now, and Cardiff Met women are starting to look like title contenders once again after an unbeaten start to the season. Cup winners last year, the Archers have scored 18 goals in the first 4 matches. Their fixtures are currently suspended during the recent fire break, but they return to action later this month and talks are being held to see if their home fixtures can be live streamed on Cardiff Met Sports TV. More on that soon. We move across the Atlantic now to Indiana, where our global partners Ball State University are gearing up for the return of college football. There were fears there would be no matches played this year due to the pandemic, but the MAC League gets underway with a game against Miami before they welcome Eastern Michigan to the Schumann Stadium in Muncie next week. And finally, we bring you some sad news from the sporting world. Former Cardiff Met student and global rugby legend J.J. Williams has passed away at the age of 72. John James Williams was an archer between 1967 and 1970, studying PE here on the Kincoid campus. He ran for Wales at the Commonwealth Games in 1970 and 2 years later was involved in that famous win for Llanelli over New Zealand. Williams won 30 caps and scored 12 tries for his country and was part of the Welsh rugby golden era that dominated the 1970s. Yes, as archers go, JJ was one of the very best to come from this campus. Our thoughts are with his family and friends at this difficult time. Well, that's it from us here today. Stay in touch with all the Archers news by following Cardiff Met Sports TV across all platforms. And make sure to listen to our latest episode of the podcast, The Natter. We'll be back with some more news from Planet Archer next week. In the meantime, stay fit and stay safe.